Hi, I'm Beckett from Courtside Sports, and today we're going to be comparing the Head Extreme G360 Pro against the Wilson Clash 100 Pro, also previously known as the Clash 100 Tour. So these rackets really fill the space of being comfortable yet very powerful. So they both have pretty low RA stiffness ratings compared to rackets that previously fit their spec range. So we know rackets like the Babolat Pure Drive, the Ultra 100, they're pretty stiff 100 square inch powerful rackets. For so long it has been all about let's make a powerful racket by making it stiff. These rackets, they keep the stiffness down. They want to save your arm, keep everything comfortable, but still deliver top-notch power. Let's get into it right away here. We're going to look at the power scores for each racket. Now for me, the Extreme Pro edged out the Clash in terms of power. The Extreme Pro is really one of the most powerful rackets that I've played with. The crazy thing here is it's got a thick beam, a healthy weight, and a really high swing weight. So I've measured our strung demo here up around 340. Now that's really going to pack a serious punch when you can line up a forehand. The Clash on the other hand earns a score of 9, so it's quite powerful and very forgiving, just as you would expect. Really similar power levels to like the Ultra 100, which I tested a few weeks ago. It's not an overwhelming amount of power, but it really delivers it where you need it. Our next category is spin. So the Extreme is really a spin oriented racket. It's got the enlarged grommets, the very open string spacing, and that really is designed to drive as many RPMs as possible. So it did edge out the Clash in that category as well. The Extreme scored a 9 out of 10, whereas the Clash mustered a 7 out of 10. The Clash isn't the most spin friendly because it's such a soft racket. Sometimes it feels like it has a hard time snapping the ball off the string bed, as well as it has a tighter pattern. So the tighter patterns are just always going to be a little bit less spin potential. Although the Extreme has the higher spin potential, it's sometimes hard to activate its full potential because the string bed is so open. You can't always swing super hard and super fast because the ball does tend to fly, especially considering such a high power score. So for stability, again, the Extreme is going to come out ahead just by 1 point, so it earns an 8 out of 10 over the Clash's 7 out of 10. Both very close again, but where the Clash gets hurt a little bit is if you're playing a big hitter, the high flex can be a little bit unpredictable. So if someone hits a bigger ball at you and you have a full stroke, it does flex quite a bit and can sometimes lead to a slightly unpredictable response. The Clash feels more like a traditional tennis racket, and it absorbs pace very well and is quite stable. It's not the most stable racket I've played with, as there is some buzzing which feels like a little bit shaky in your hand at times, but it is still a killer stick. Alright, so control is where we see the Clash finally pull ahead. The Extreme could only muster a 4 out of 10 for control. On the other hand, the Clash stayed very steady, holding a 7 out of 10. This one I could feel confident most of the time, swinging, taking a full swing, coming into the net, driving through the ball, and I was rarely concerned that if I was ahead in the point, I was going to spray the ball long and just throw that point away. On the other hand, the Extreme, that open string pattern combined with huge power makes it really hard to control sometimes. I did not trust myself when taking big cuts that I was going to be able to keep the ball in. I hit the fence a lot more than I'm used to. That said, I play with a 95 square inch racket, so I'm used to very high levels of control. Alright, so final category here. The Extreme unfortunately falls a little bit further behind, earning a very small 3 out of 10 score. On the other hand, the Clash really pulls ahead here. It gets a 9 out of 10. It's really one of the best feeling rackets in the 100 square inch line. Now, why didn't I like the Extreme very much? It's because it's a little bit buzzy feeling. It's a little bit firmer than the lower RA indicates, and frankly, sometimes it just feels a little bit tinny, and it's not tinny responsive, but tinny disconnected. The string I used to demo this racket was Head Experimental Tour, which is going to be called Lynx Tour when it releases more formally. Now, I've played this string in a bunch of other rackets, and I know I like this string, so it really lets me narrow down that the feel that I don't like is coming from the racket. I think when the G360 Plus update comes, which should be soon, that should definitely address the buzz you're feeling. As we've seen, the Plus updates really feel a lot more solid, so I'm looking forward to that. But as of right now, the feel in the Extreme is just not up to snuff compared to other rackets in its category. The Clash just feels great. The Clash has totally solidified itself as being one of the best feeling rackets in its category. What Wilson has done with the carbon mapping in the entire Clash series has been really successful. I think they absolutely deliver on that super soft, buttery smooth feel. It has some disadvantages when you play against bigger hitters, but for most general play, it's going to be absolutely great, super comfortable, very connected as well. You don't feel like the string bed is murky or muddy. It's just a great feeling racket. Now, why would you pick one of these rackets over another? If you really need big power and that's your bottom line, the Extreme series is going to be a little bit better than the Clash. But if you want a better all-around performer, the Clash is going to be the way to go. As of right now, it just ticks a lot of boxes, excels especially in feel, but really is not going to let you down in other categories, whereas the Extreme is a little bit lackluster when it comes to feel and control. That's it for this comparison. If you have any questions about either of these rackets, you definitely want to leave a comment below. I'm happy to answer anything or any other tennis related questions. I'll get to you as soon as I can. Now, if you're interested in buying either of these frames, they're available at www.courtsidesports.com. We'll see you next time.